Wharfedale's new EVO 5 line revises their very popular and impressive sounding EVO models. That's big news for me, as I had the EVO 4.2 in my home for a week or so, alongside some other very nice bookshelf speakers, and the 4.2s really blew away the others. And one of my colleagues, who's been at Crutchfield for over 20 years, owns a pair of the 4.2s and talked about them in one of our catalog articles because he loves them so much. They have nice, detailed, as well as substantial sound that really stands out in a crowd. What's more, back in the fall of 2024, I interviewed Wharfedale's head of acoustic design, Peter Comeau, to talk about their also very popular and lovely sounding Heritage Series speakers, and then shared with our readers some of what I learned about his speaker design process. And for me, the biggest takeaway is that Comeau is a seasoned expert at the top of his game, who comes at speaker design from a beautiful place of knowledge, pragmatism, and creativity, and develops ideas with the Wharfedale team through hours and hours of listening tests. So what has Wharfedale done with the EVO 5 line? The short version is that the new models cost a little bit more than the last version, but in my opinion, the improvements add up and deliver better sound. Let's get into some of those improvements. For starters, the cabinets are bigger across the line, which helps them play lower than the previous versions. The air motion transformer tweeter is bigger, which gives you an even more open, airy, high-frequency response than you'll get with the previous tweeter. There's also extensive new damping in all the models. That includes elastomer frames on the faceplate for each driver, as well as elastomer gaskets on the tweeter and mid-range driver in the three-way models. The tweeter and mid-range driver also employ patented silent weave, which is a felt-like material made of cotton and other natural fibers that you can see in Wharfedale's exploded driver diagrams. And the woofers, which are made of the same woven Kevlar, get improved elastomer surrounds. You also get improved bass venting in the 5 line, using a tri-directional slot-loaded profiled port that fires left, right, and rear for more controlled bass extension. It also means you can place them a little closer to the back wall without getting a boomy or baggy low end. I think most of us who have spent time with any of the EVO 4 line would agree that they feature impressively tight, inert, non-resonant construction. All this new damping and bass control in the EVO 5 models provides a noticeable reduction in cabinet and driver resonance, according to Peter Comeau, which has allowed Wharfedale to streamline the crossovers, to simplify the signal path, and to improve the speaker's overall performance. Let's quickly run down the different models in the EVO 5 line. There are 4 stereo pairs, 2 bookshelf stand mount and 2 floor standing models, and then you can get a center channel speaker if you're using it in a home theater setup. The 5.1 is the smaller of the 2 bookshelf models, and along with the 5.C center channel model, features a 2-way design with 5-inch woofers to complement the new AMT tweeter. Step up to the 5.2, and from here on up, the rest of the EVO 5 line features a 3-way design that uses a 2-inch soft dome mid-range driver. In these models, the crossovers are broken out into 2 separate high-quality PCB boards, which helps keep interference out of the signal for a cleaner sound. The 5.2 features a 6.5-inch woofer, the floor-standing 5.3 has a pair of 5-inch woofers, and the biggest of the towers, the 5.4, uses a pair of 6.5-inch woofers. And these all come in matte black, matte white, gray, and my favorite, beautiful book-matched real walnut wood veneer, also with a matte finish. The construction details are tight, the packaging is first-rate, and you get nice carpet spikes built into the stands and in the integrated base on the floor-standing models, with discs to put under them if you're placing them on hard floor. So how do they sound? In a word, wonderful. I set them up on stands in my living room powered by my NADC 700 integrated amplifier, and they handled everything I played very nicely. From the tranquil acoustic period instruments on a recording of Henry Purcell's Fantasias and St. Martin's voices singing the modern English composer Lucy Walker's Today, to lively stuff like Toots and the Maytals' Sweet and Dandy. Richard and Linda Thompson's I Want to See the Bright Lights Tonight has that assured but laid-back British folk rock beat with dry guitars, warm horn arrangements, and Linda Thompson's silvery voice. I listened to that a few times, it sounded so good. It also handled the riff-tastic Deuce from Kiss's first album perfectly. Good, clean, nasty fun. I'd characterize the sound as accurate, but not clinical. Exceptionally full and rich at low volume. Non-fatiguing. Very well-balanced and transparent. Lifelike and maintains its listenable effortlessness as you crank the volume. When compared to the 4.2s, the improved low-frequency response in the 5.2 is probably the first thing I noticed, but it's not just that. There's a noticeable fullness and richness across the frequency range, even at lower volumes. So if you want an excellent pair of speakers that I would say punch above their weight, or if you're putting together a high-quality home theater sound system, Wharfedale's EVO 5 line is well worth considering. I know that the 5.2 stand mount pair makes me happy when I'm listening, and I've noticed my family enjoying them as well while I had them in my home. They really look nice too. That wraps up our overview of the Wharfedale EVO 5 line. But if you still have any questions about any of the different models or need some help figuring out which would work best for you, or even if you're looking for something a little different, get in touch with us here at Crutchfield.